Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jeff,
And I'm Leo.
and we're doing a review of the movie 50/50. So 50/50 is the movie about a 26-year-old man who gets a diagnosis of spinal cancer. It stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a character named Adam and his best friend Seth Rogen, who plays a character named Kyle. The movie was co-written by Seth Rogen and a friend of his who's a screenwriter who suffered from cancer, and the movie is loosely based about their experience.
Yeah, Seth Rogen actually adds a lot of humor to this movie. He brings a very lighthearted approach to cancer. It's a very serious topic, but he lightens it up a lot. And a lot of his humor is based on using Adam's cancer diagnosis for humor. They actually go and pick up girls,
Yep.
make girls feel sympathetic for Adam, and they also smoke weed when Adam isn't a prior weed smoker, but they go and do things that would make the mood a little lighter.
Couldn't be a Seth Rogen movie without weed smoking.
Yeah.
Kyle acts as the role as a caregiver in that he's like his best friend. Another caregiver is his girlfriend, Rachel. Rachel handles the diagnosis or the prognosis in a more destructive way. She refuses to go to his chemo treatments. She ends up like being late to pick him up at 1, and eventually she cheats on him, and Kyle finds out, and they end up breaking up. The third caregiver in Adam's life is his mother, and she's overbearing, and he kind of pushes her away until a therapist brings up the fact that Adam's father is suffering from Alzheimer's, and his mom is a primary caregiver for him, and so she's having a difficulty coping with the situation while Adam is deteriorating.
Yeah, Adam really seems like a healthy young man. Like when the movie starts, and you can really see the transition from when he from the start of the movie to the end of the movie, where he becomes a lot frailer and thinner and a lot paler, and he just doesn't look as healthy. Adam actually shaves his head proactively with the help of his friend Kyle in order to not see the effects of the cancer when it's happening. And another few side effects that he gets from the chemo is that he gets a lot of headaches and back pain.
And his initial symptom when he went to go get his back scanned was back pain, which led to him finding a tumor on his spine. He then began chemo treatments and seeing his therapist. He met other cancer patients at the chemo sessions, and it treats this lightheartedly once again. They become very friendly. They make fun of their situation and laugh about it. One of the older guys that's on chemo ends up giving them a pot cookie, and they're able to joke about their situation, but everything changes when he shows up for chemo one day and one of them has died.
Yeah, Adam really takes this to heart, and he really starts feeling that his own death is pretty imminent now, that if his friend can die from it, then he really starts seeing his own life in a different light. The film does a really great job in portraying how serious the journey of living, treating cancer, and possibly dying of it can be. And the audience is really brought in with humor a lot of the time, and then only to be brought in with sadness when the likeliness of death is present.
Yeah, it does a good job of being like a humorous but bleak at the same time.
Exactly.
In their depiction of the cancer process, and it shows like a lot of the friend-family relationship dynamics, gives like insight into how to treat people like those with cancer.
Yeah. And throughout the movie, Adam really feels that the people in his life are not being very genuine with him. They feel like they're being overly positive with him and not treating his diagnosis all too seriously. His friend Kyle is in denial at first, and his mom is overbearing, and his girlfriend is very distant from him. And it really shows that caregivers need to really put aside their own issues and be selfless to the person with the cancer. It really shows that like they need to work through their own issues first.
Yeah, and I was a caregiver for my mother while she was dying of Huntington's disease, and I was able to witness firsthand how complicated a situation it is of having a loved one with a terminal illness. Treating the potentially terminally ill with dignity is vital. The film does a great job of doing that while also reminding the audience it's okay to find and use humor even in the darkest of times.
Yeah, and another scene that really impacted me in the movie was when Adam finds out that he needs to get emergency surgery the next day, and he finds out that his prognosis isn't too great. So it's kind of a moment where he really is faced with his own mortality, and realizes that this could be his last moment. And that scene really touched me in a way, because it made me think, like, what if today is my last day, and how would I want today to be? And it really, like, made me realize that I have to be appreciative and grateful of this moment right now.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been our review of 50/50, and I'm Jeff.
And I'm Leo.
And thanks, everybody.
Thanks.